Maybe we need to change our focus. We have focused a lot on getting metrics. I think our education system now should focus on how to make money, and number two, how to manage money. I think that's where we fail. Our grandparents failed on that aspect. Our parents failed on that aspect, and we are also failing on that aspect. But we cannot subject our children also into the same failure. Now let's grab the first point, how to make money. Because already most of us are making money through their jobs. So already the first point, how to make money, has been addressed. Now the second point is, how do you manage money? That's where we need to focus. That's where we can actually win the battle. We can actually help our children be better people than us. How to manage money. And while going to how to manage money, maybe first you need to stop looking at our jobs as jobs. Instead of looking at your job as a job, look at your job as a business. Look at your job as a business. When you wake up in the morning and going to your work, you are saying, I am going to do my business, because you render services in exchange of money. You get paid for the services that you render to a certain company. So look at your job as a business. The business that I do, I'm a cleaner. That's the service that I render, and I get paid for being a cleaner. I'm a security. I do security. That's the service I render, and I get paid for that. I'm an accountant, and that's the business I render to that certain company, and I get paid for that. If you do not have already a business that renders such services, look at your job as a business. Now, if you look at your job as a business, you will start to look at your money differently, because you will not think about your salary as a money to spend, but you look at your salary as a business money. What do you do with the business money? You look to diversify that money. You look to improve your business. You look to improve services that you render as a business. So you start developing yourself, getting more knowledge, more information, getting more equipment into actually being efficient and be the best at your job. And that open more opportunities for you to render services to more people, to multiple people. And that brings more money. And then you start diversifying that money, reinvest on other things, maybe in yourself as a business or in other things. Now, if you look at yourself as a cleaner who renders the business services of cleaning, and then develop yourself in cleaning, you can actually find yourself starting a company that renders the services of cleaning. Because first you looked at your job as a business. And I think the key on how to manage money lies in looking at your job as a business first, because you know that a money that is made by the business is for the business. But if you think you got a job, then when you get a salary, you think it's your money, when it's not your money. And then if it's your money, you will misuse it because it's your money. Maybe let's change the approach and the strategy to actually tackle the question how to manage money. Maybe let's start by not looking at our jobs as jobs, but looking at our jobs as businesses. We render services and we get paid for those services. Develop ourselves and be better at what we do, and be recommended at what we do. And then from that, we start creating relationships, rendering the same services to different people, and make money from different people. And then before you know it, you need people to assist you render the same services. And then you teach them to actually give the same quality of service as you do, and pay them salaries. You send them to provide a service on your behalf. You get paid as a business, and then you pay them their salaries. And that will actually probably one of the things that will help us actually address this issue of failing to manage money, because that destroys our families, it destroys our lives, it will also destroy our children. We need to address the issue of how to manage money. Don't forget to subscribe. I will see you in the next video. Thank you.